comes Nates, and he's got Heyman. He's got Heyman. Figure four time.
Yo, welcome back to the Figure Four Show. Right now, I am so excited. Like I keep telling these kids, and I say kids because this is my era of the draft that we're going through. 1988 to 1994. Doesn't matter if it's All Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, ECW, WCW, WWF, or even NWA. Those are all valid professional wrestling at the time of this era. It's really funny because right now Tim is crunching numbers right now, trying to figure it out because he was born at the last year of this era. So he's like, I don't even know these people. So it's good for me because the very beginning of that, 1988, was the year I was born. So I like where we're at. Sorry, Aaron. You know we had to start without you. So let me black this whole thing out, and then we're gonna start. So the order is as followed. Tim is the first pick overall, and this is Aaron. You just really messed up everything, but I'm gonna stay loyal to what I like. And then Todd is number 2, and I'm number 3. All right. Tag teams is just like our other drafts. You have to pick them individually to create that. So the first time in any freaking draft episode, I finally have one of the ends of it. So I get to back something, right? Um, we're going 15 rounds. And again, 1 minute to pick your person. If you pick it really fast, go ahead and explain why, and then we'll keep going as we go. Y'all boys ready? Hey, must see TV. You are officially on the clock. And you're on mute just in case. As he's looking through,
I'm gonna go ahead and make the pick that we talked about this before the show, and I agreed that there was a couple individuals who deserved to go number one. I'm gonna go ahead and take the guy because I thought he should be number one too, and y'all agree with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Nature Boy. I'm gonna take Ric Flair.
woo! Hey, if you want to talk about the golden era, you want to talk about that time frame. NWA heavyweight champion, 10 pounds of gold. You're the WCW champion. He comes into the Royal Rumble in '92 and takes the title over there with Mr. Perfect as his manager and Bobby the Brain Heenan. This guy, that was his era. And again, while he picks Flair, just to let y'all know, this is an anti-Hulk Hogan draft, anti-Hulk Hogan figure four show. He will never get drafted, period. So, as that has happened, Todd, you're officially on the clock.
Now that my whole world was just destroyed, I'm gonna take the next guy who I feel like was really good in the ring, but I liked his gimmick better, so I'm gonna take him, and I'm gonna go ahead and take Sting at number
All
2.
right. So Sting is off the clock. You can go ahead and talk about him if you want to before I go. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sting I liked a lot. I thought he was very dynamic in the ring. He could do multiple different things, submissions, power moves, and he could play different roles as you've seen later in his career. So I take Sting here, and I think he was the second best wrestler. Obviously, I would have loved to have Ric Flair, but it is what it is.
All right, so that makes me officially on the clock for both the next 2 rounds. For me, this person should be picked already, right? Top 3, but I'm not going to take him. I'm staying loyal to my mock draft, which means Todd is not going to take him, which means it's landed with Must See TV. Um, for me, I'm taking my workhorses, 2 of the best IC title holders this whole brand had during this time. Also, they were in the wrong era at this time. They weren't big, muscular people. So my first pick is the Bret the Hitman Hart, and I'm going with Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Those two, you have to understand, like at that time, those were the workhorses. Those were the technical wrestlers I loved. When it came to, besides the guy that I should have picked, I know he's gonna get picked, and then we'll let that happen. But besides that, when it came to like the cards, that was the people I loved to watch. Those guys used to do But for crying out loud, Mr. Perfect did a perfect plex on the Giant. Like, come on, that is just crazy. That is just crazy. So my 1 minute is up. I got Perfect and Hart. Todd, you are officially on the clock for the second round.
So this is definitely me taking a guy who I enjoyed and goes well, I think, against Tim's guy. So now I don't know if I want to take him or not because I was going to take him. I hoped I was going to get Ric Flair, so I built my thing in that hopes. So now I got to kind of play this a little different.
Oh no, you have to pick him, bro. You have to. Well, you get him before I do. So
I don't think you know who I'm talking. I'm gonna take Piper here. I'm
that's
gonna take
what
Piper.
I literally said that. Rowdy Piper was next. I was like, bro, you got to take Rowdy, bro. Rowdy during this time was the best villain in this prime time, bro. WrestleMania 1
Right.
with Mr. T, like the best. The best.
If I would have got Flair though, I would have picked someone different.
Yeah, those two villain wise were the best during that era, man. You cannot deny that. Go ahead, Tim. You are officially on the clock for 2 minutes because you're going back to back.
Yeah, so I'm actually happy because my original number one pick that I wanted to take, I didn't because of the conversation we had before. I thought he might last, and he actually did, based on you still and Brett for me. So I'm actually happy. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take. Oh yeah, Randy Savage. Yeah,
Savage, bro.
yeah.
Savage
And
is the man at this time.
you know what? And I was messing around. I'm trying to figure out rosters. I'm looking at stuff. You guys took. I wanted Roddy as well, Todd. That's who I was going to start this next round off with. I'm actually okay with my next pick, and you could tell. It don't even matter. I don't have to go down that lane. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with another guy who I think works really well in the ring. He's an absolute legend. I'm gonna go with the American Dusty Rhodes.
America Dream. Hey, that's a good pick. I was gonna take him. I ain't gonna lie. That was the ultimate baby face during that time, baby. Go ahead, Todd. You're officially on the clock.
So I'm just kind of looking through my list here to make sure I don't make a bad pick. There, I just saw Tim's finally. I've been looking for that so I can mark it off. There's
Yeah,
a
I'm trying to
lot of
mark
good
it
red.
off
You know
too.
what? I'm gonna take this guy. See, some of them I kind of want to wait on because I feel like they'll be there later.
Me too.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this,
Uh-oh, here it goes.
which Tim's confused. He doesn't know who he is.
Hey,
Greg Valentine was another guy real good in the ring.
so I didn't hear nothing you said. My bad. So I resetted your whole clock.
I took Greg Valentine.
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah, and I
Hey,
mentioned that Tim didn't know who he was.
that was at that time that was like if you want to battle with who had the best robe at the time with Nature Boy, Greg the Hammer Valentine was that guy. Okay, you guys gave him to me, and I'm super happy. So I'm super happy that you did this. You got to talk about the time where the genesis of this. Okay, now I have back to back picks. 30 seconds in, the genesis. I'm talking about back then at the barbershop that was Brutus's thing, and they threw Marty Jannetty's head in the glass. I gotta go with the beginning of the Heartbreak Kid. I'm going with HBK because that was the beginning of greatness right there. So I'm taking him. And then you guys crucified me for not taking my cousin. This is his era. This is his era. So I'm taking Rodney Anoa'i, the Royal Rumble winner during this time. He beats Bret Hart at WrestleMania 9. He beats Hulk Hogan at King of the Ring. This is his prime time era. So I'm taking Yokozuna. Of course, I was going to take him. I was saving it, just like how Must See TV saved Chris Benoit for the ruthless aggression. I just had to do it. So officially, Todd, you are officially on the clock.
I didn't know if he was going to take Yoko there or take Janetti just so you had the team.
Nah, I don't want the Rockers. I'm good.
Let's see here. So many choices. I'm going to keep with my same kind of look. These guys are all about the same size. All have a combination of power and technical skill. And I'm going to take Ted DiBiase here because I feel like he was in his prime at this point as well.
You love your villains at this one. This is a good little combination of villains and baby faces that you got going on right now, Todd. All right, back-to-back picks, Timmy.
Yeah, and like I projected, I told you after the first 5, I was going to start being a little wishy-washy based off your guys' picks. And there's 2 guys that stand out to me, and I'm actually surprised I didn't take him last round. There's one dude who I'm surprised I didn't take last round, and there was nothing cooler than when he first debuted. And I know I took him in the 90s one, but he first debuted back here in the early 90s, late 80s. I'm going to go ahead and take my boy Razor Ramon. I'm surprised I didn't take him last round. I'm surprised I didn't take him last round. When he first debuted, that dude was so damn cool. Like, he was so damn cool when he first debuted.
Those vignettes were so crazy.
Bro, and then
I was
this
hoping
was
he was
a
gonna make
business
it to me.
decision. This next pick is a business decision. You know, I think he's nice from a little bit of clips I've seen, but like there's so many mixed reactions based on his wrestling ability and stuff like that. But based on business, the way people loved him, I'm gonna go ahead and take Ricky the Steamboat.
That's the guy, Todd. I thought no one was gonna take Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That man was a legend back then. Great pick, Tim. Fuck. You took him from me. That was one of the best workers back then. Arguably a show stealer during those early WrestleManias. Oh man, I really was gonna take him 15 just to show off, but man, that was a good steal right there. He was my 4th pick, but you know what? Fuck it. Good pick, Tim. Go ahead, Todd. You're officially on the clock. Damn.
You know, Tim, I'd like to say that I do not appreciate you. I had my next 2 picks set up as either Razor Ramon or the Dragon. So you screwed me on
Okay.
both of them.
So y'all both were gonna get him regardless. Fuck. I thought y'all would sleep on him.
So I'm gonna. Damn. This is where it gets rough because all these guys, like, they're all kind of in the same boat to me. A lot of them are. There's a lot of good guys left. I'm gonna take Arn Anderson here. I'm gonna take Double A. He still fits my similar size. That's the guy. If I would have been able to take Ric Flair, I would have taken him earlier because I'd have started building the Horseman right there. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and take I'm gonna take Double A right there.
Yep, he was on my list as well. I had a list of 40 people, and he literally made that cut of 40 people. Man, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. So I'm officially on the clock. You guys, I'm surprised he still lasted this long. And I don't want to take away from the group, the draft that I'm going with, but I have to take this guy because I don't understand. You want to talk about debuts? You're talking about the Survivor Series debut of 1990. I'm taking the Gray Glove under. You know what? I'm not going to draft him. I'm not going to draft him. I didn't even say his name, so officially he was not drafted. I'm gonna stick to my guns.
God, you better not, you mother. You better not.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna stick to my guns. So I'm gonna take these next 2. All right. So this guy, you know, rest in peace to him. A lot of his work was prior to this, but I'm gonna go with this guy. He wasn't the Blackheart at the time, but I'm taking Rockin' Owen Hart. I'm taking the Rockin' Owen Hart right now so that he could pair up with Bret Hart, or he could pair up with Yokozuna if I wanted to. So I'm gonna take him, and then my next pick. You want to talk about size? You want to talk about athleticism? I gotta take this guy, and I'm taking Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bro, you literally just named off my next 3 picks, bro. Like, what? Come on, bro.
I get
was big, but he could move.
Bro, that moonsault off the top rope. Come on now. And
You know, I'm kind of surprised you didn't take Davey Boy Smith and start building the Hart Foundation.
Nah, they didn't have it wasn't the Attitude Era is when they had that style of attitude. I mean, Hart Foundation. The Hart Foundation was Neidhart and Bret Hart at this time as a tag team.
You know, so next I'm gonna take a wrestler I like. Hopefully his partner's there later. I think he will be. That's why you got to kind of plan out, take the better one first, and hope the second one's there. So I'm going to take Scott Steiner here. I feel like he's the one people will go for more.
That was next. That
Even
was
though I actually
next.
like Rick better.
That was next. That was next. Ain't nobody gonna take Rick Steiner by himself.
Tim, don't be
I'll,
a dick, okay?
I already know who he's gonna take. So I took him off the clock already officially. And you can have the Steiner brothers. I'm not gonna cheat you from that. Because I'm gonna take my tag team.
Yeah, you're definitely getting the Steiner brothers because I don't want Rick. You took the better of the two. No
I
disrespect.
hope you don't take my secondary tag team.
No.
Oh, I'm
disrespect
taking
to
him.
Rick.
I'm taking him.
I'm gonna go ahead and you started to say you wanted him loose, and I was hoping. I thought the same thing when I picked after. I was like, damn, he really slipped down this far. Go ahead, give me the Undertaker.
Yeah, so when you said debuts, I really thought you meant him instead of Razor. It's like that was the biggest debut. Survivor Series? That was
Yeah. I just meant like Razor as a character when he first started. Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
started off hot. He started off like Undertaker was crazy as a phenom or whatever, but like he wasn't really like getting pushes. Like he was just this big creepy dude right away. Razor come in getting pushes, bro. Like he had a lot of behind him. He had a lot behind him.
I can argue that because in 1 year, Undertaker got the world title. I'm saying.
Sure. And for my second
I like
pick,
Undertaker in the ring, but his gimmick hurt me.
I think I wanted to go one direction, but the way y'all talking, I don't want to waste picks and do that. So, oh man, I like this dude. Like I feel like what he did for the business is very grand. I think he was around for a long time. I'm not really a big fan of him, but go ahead and give me the Big Boss Man.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. That was his era too. I know he had an attitude push, but that was his time.
The attitude push, he was at the end of his career. Like they just knew him from this time. So like, but
this was his time. This was his time.
that's the pick I'm gonna,
All right, Todd, go ahead, take Rick Steiner. Because if you take this other guy from my tag team, I'm gonna be an asshole and take Rick Steiner.
No, I can take both tags if I. No, I'm just kidding. I'll take Rick and just let you get your tag team in.
All right, so Todd, go ahead. I'm taking the British Bulldogs. I'm taking Davey Boy Smith, and I'm taking Dynamite Kid.
Isn't he the Dynamite Kid?
Yeah,
1, 2, 3,
that's
4?
Chris Ben. No, Dynamite Kid is Chris Benoit's idol. That's his mentor right there. So if you look it up, the British Bulldogs was a tag team. So it was Davey Boy Smith, and it was which is we all know as the Bulldog, and then you had Dynamite Kid. Look him up, bro. That's where the flying head. That's where he got flying headbutt from. Was from Dynamite Kid.
I think it's where he started using the Pegasus Kid name from too.
That too. That's a good point.
I'm going to take my second tag team that I wanted. That I thought these guys were very good in the ring, but they obviously had some out of the ring issues and all that stuff. But I'm going to take him here. I'm going to take Kerry Von Erich.
The Von Erichs, huh? You want Texas Tornado?
Who the hell is that?
You don't know the Von Erichs?
No, man.
They're a Texas legend. That's the Texas Legends. Texas Legends.
Hey, don't worry, he'll know soon. They're making a movie about him.
Oh, did you know that? That's what's up. It's on you right now.
Yeah, I'm just going ahead and do it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Childhood, bro. Childhood, like I was born in '94, coming up. Everybody loved them. I know they're early. They're like 16 when they're doing it, but go ahead and give me the Hardy Boys. I don't give a shit.
Ooh, that's your low card tag teams. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and give me them. I don't even care if they're 16.
I actually didn't see Jeff on the thing. I seen Matt, but I didn't see Jeff. I believe you though.
Yeah, Jeff was there. Jeff was there.
He was there in '94. They're there. They're both 16, but they're there.
I would never take the Hardys. I don't like either one of them.
You're officially on the clock. I got one more tag team, and then I'm good after this.
I'm taking Kevin Von Erich.
Of course you are. You're taking the Von Erichs. So I'm taking my second tag team at this time. I'm super surprised that Todd, you're one guy that I was looking at thinking you would take him.
I know who you're taking.
But I'm taking the Hollywood Blondes. I'm taking Brian Pillman and Steve Austin at this time.
Actually, that's not who I thought you were taking. See, I like Flying Brian better than that version.
Yeah, no. You're absolutely right. But as a tag team, I had to take just regular Brian Pillman. So I took the Hollywood Blondes at this time.
So I'm going to take the guy that I always take in every draft. I've literally taken him every draft except for the
Steven?
Then you guys are always like, what
Steven?
the fuck is wrong with you?
Lord Steven Regal.
You have that trash ass bone.
I knew he was gonna pick him. That's why I put him on my top 40. I was like, man, Todd's gonna pick him somewhere down his line.
I do not like Regal.
Yeah, he's good. I'm not a fan of his, but I respect his in-ring ability. But Todd, I'm at 2 minutes. You're officially on the clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Damn, this one. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
take another big guy who like to just scrap, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Sergeant Slaughter here.
Oh. Hey, he was getting death threats back then.
Yeah, and there was one more guy who I wanted to take, and I actually slipped in my mind right now. I'm trying to go down through here real quick.
Go ahead.
Actually, you know what?
Take
I remember it now, and I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all, bro. I've only ever seen one match of this man's entire career, but the way they talk about his legacy, I'm gonna take the Great Muta.
Yeah, from Japan. Hey, that was the guy. That was the guy back then. Besides Inoki, Muda was the guy back then.
I just see them keep talking about how much who did he fight on AEW? It's the only match I've ever seen. He tag team with somebody against Rick, right? It wasn't Rick.
I know he talked. I forgot.
Sting.
Yeah.
Sting and Muta had like legendary
Yes,
matches.
yes, they did. Yes, the WCW New Japan Pro Wrestling Collision. That was it. That you damn right. All right, Todd, you're officially on the clock.
All right, I'm kind of surprised Tim didn't take him earlier. I'm gonna take Booker T.
All right, I guess you're taking Kane after that, huh?
Well, I couldn't find him on the roster. I knew he was there, but I couldn't find him. I don't know where he's at.
All right, so I'm kind of stuck. I really am. I'm not even gonna lie. So I have 2 minutes, right? Yeah, I have 2 minutes. I'm kind of stuck at this spot because a lot of you guys took a lot of my people. I got 2 tag teams, the Hollywood Blondes and the British Bulldogs. I got some good big men. So let's see.
You can take Neidhart.
No, I'm good. I think we're sleeping on a lot of these people that are in this era. So I'm gonna take a very good person on the mic, a very good gimmick, a very good cerebral person, and the person that he rivaled with in WrestleMania. So I'm gonna take Jake the Snake Roberts, and then I'm taking Ravishing Rick Rude.
That's why I was petting my mustache. I thought he was gonna take Rude.
I took him. Those two were really good mid card workers.
Well, Roberts was good in general. His gimmick, I think, hurt him.
I just loved his mic skills. Like, he didn't have to yell. He didn't have to do none of that. He just stayed very monotone and it was cerebral. Go ahead, boss.
So I'm gonna go ahead and call this guy Stevie Ray so that we don't confuse Tim.
I put Kane.
I'm not okay. I'm taking Kane.
Yep. All right. So we got Booker T and Kane, the Harlem Heat, officially off the board. So here we go. We are at round what? What is this? 12? Round 12. Finishing up round 12, beginning of round 13.
Yeah, and I just decided to say fuck it. I'm gonna start taking dudes based off of what they can do in the ring. I don't care where they're at in this era. I'm taking them. I don't care. Go ahead, give me Chris Benoit.
No. He didn't show up to 96.
WCW 92.
He was in Japan in 94.
No, you
WCW.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop the clock real quick. Which all Japan? All Japan?
In 1990, he was in New Japan. 1990, I put him down as in New Japan.
Look at my screen. WCW 92.
Yeah, and in 1990, he was in Japan.
No way he was in WCW in 92, bro.
He's right there, bro. Look.
Yeah, that's when he debuted.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Look up 1990 New Japan. Even there, he was there, so it doesn't matter.
92 in WCW, bro. I'm taking him.
He's not on 92 for me.
So go to New Japan in 1990.
New Japan. Okay, hold on. He was not.
While you arguing it, go ahead. New Japan '92. I'm taking Eddie Guerrero. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Oh yeah, you could get Eddie Guerrero, but what I'm saying is, I looked all over for Chris Jericho's not on 1990 New Japan either.
No, he's
Jericho's not.
WCW.
No, Jericho.
92,
No, I
WCW.
just looked it up. 92, and he's not.
WCW. I just
Yeah,
literally clicked it, bro.
there's
Look, I'll
no.
show you again. Let me go back.
I saw Benoit on there too, because he's
Really?
on my list.
No, Benoit, Dean Malenko, and Eddie Guerrero all showed up, but I didn't see Chris Jericho till 90.
I didn't take Chris Jericho.
Yeah, you didn't take Chris Jericho. Jericho wasn't on there.
I took
Who'd you?
Benoit, bro.
Oh, you took Benoit. I thought you
Benoit.
said Jericho. Never mind. Oh, you might. So you're taking Benoit. You're taking Benoit and Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't.
No. Don't. To be honest, that was going to be my opener match for my match card. That's a good pick. I thought you said Jericho. My bad. All right, so you're officially on the clock, Todd. I thought he said Jericho. That's why I was over here combating.
Bro, you know what? Tag team I realized we haven't taken yet. I'm gonna take Animal.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't want them because there was other people that I like.
I wasn't a big fan of them. Again, they're a really good tag team. They're arguably the best tag team, and I didn't like their work. I'm just not big into the work that they did. It's no knock. It's just something I just couldn't get with. I have the next two picks, huh? All right,
I
so
think I'm taking them out of respect more than anything.
so he took Eddie and he took Chris Benoit. All right, this is all my lower card matches. No, you know what? Fuck that. I cannot believe we're talking about big man and he's still on the fucking clock. I'm at
No,
board. So you're talking about New Japan and All Japan Pro Wrestling. You're talking about WCW and NWA. I'm taking Big Van Vader. What the hell am I doing? This is the heavyweight villain during this time. I'm taking Vader, right? That's another big man that could go against Bam Bam Bigelow and Yokozuna. And then from there, I'm changing it up to go into my lower cards. Man, and you know what? I'm gonna leave. No, I'm not leaving him because he has to pick Hawk. I'm taking the man with 1,000 holds. I'm going with B. Malenko. Go ahead.
on a serious note, what round are we on?
We have two more rounds, so you have two more picks.
Yeah, 2 picks.
All right, I'm gonna take Hawk just so I have the tag team because it's not to be really worthless to have Animal.
Hey, that man said worthless, bro. Hey, you know what? My last 2 picks, right? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna steal one from Oos because I know he got him on his roster. Go ahead, give me DDP, baby.
Yeah, he was
Go
on
ahead,
my.
DDP.
That was my last pick, you asshole. Good shit.
Yeah. You
Good
know what?
shit.
While you at it, bang bang, give me Cactus Jack.
Yeah, he wasn't on my list. But
Yeah. Like I said,
but
my
DDP.
last round pick, I don't care about what they were in the era, bro. I'm taking motherfuckers I know what they
No,
can do.
no, Cactus Jack by itself in that era was it. Japan, you name it. Like Cactus Jack was Mick Foley. That was his best persona during this era. You absolutely got the best of Mick Foley at this time. So go ahead, your last pick, Todd, before I take my last pick.
So there's still a lot of good guys on here, really.
I think I know who you're
I
taking.
mean,
I think I know who you're taking.
you got guys like the Ultimate Warrior, Tully Blanchard, Haku. I'm gonna take. This shit's hard because there's still a lot of good guys, and I only got one pick.
Go ahead and take him, bro.
So I don't know what you're talking about. You know what? I'm gonna take him just out of respect for his hate for Hulk Hogan, and I'm taking the Sheik.
Okay.
That was the ultimate villain during that era. I thought about taking him, but I was like, he worthless in the ring, bro. I can't use him.
Fuck Hogan. I took him just because he hates Hogan.
All right, so I showed you guys who I thought he was gonna pick, and that's who I'm gonna take. I'm taking Rob Van Dam. I'm taking Rob Van Dam as my undercard. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot that we did today. I'm kind of proud of Tim because he was stressing over this whole time.
Hey, bro, I was gonna make you mad because I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very close to taking Lex. but I know motherfuckers don't like him in the ring. But
No,
he
no,
was
no.
such a draw. He was such
There-
a draw, bro.
three different types of Lex Lugers you get. You get the WCW like rookies. You get the narcissist back when he started with WWF. Then that American USA type one. Well, that was '96. But Lex Luger at
He
the
had
time
some
was pretty good too.
runs.
So the people that let's talk about
And
the people.
And
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ultimate Warrior slipping, Todd. It is crazy to me, but I'm gonna be honest with all the shit going on behind that motherfuckers having problems with him. I completely forgot about him because he's another one of those dudes that they try to wipe from the history of it, and I just kind of let it go. Like I was like, I never even thought to like, hey, get this dude. But you're absolutely right. That boy could go in the ring really like. So the fact that he didn't get drafted is crazy. The only
I
one
never
that
liked him.
The only one that doesn't like the only one that makes sense to me logically that didn't get taken was that bitch ass motherfucker Hogan. So like it don't matter to me.
All right.
That's why I
So
took Sheep.
yeah. So let's talk about the people that didn't get drafted. Okay. Obviously Todd started bringing them up. Haku was on my list. Who else
So
did
I
you bring?
started to take
Ultimate Warrior.
Larry Zbyszko just because it goes with Arn Anderson. If you
Arn
wanted the
Anderson.
enforcers, but
Yeah.
no, I took Anderson. Yeah.
Who else did you
Nobody
see?
took Action Snaps, right?
No Demolition, which is crazy. At that time was the
Neidhart,
longest
yeah.
reigning. Neidhart, my bad. I didn't take him, but I never
Tully
liked him.
Blanchard,
Tully, okay. But you didn't have Ric
Ron
Flair, so it was
Simmons.
kind of hard. Yeah, the first African American WCW heavyweight champion at the time.
Yeah, if I would have had Ric Flair, my draft would have been completely different. I'd have had one big ass stable.
You would
I
have
was
had the four.
close. I was close, but y'all want to tag team, so y'all bullied me into taking the Hardys. But I was close to getting the Junkyard Dog. I
You should've
remember.
took I almost took the
I
Gun
can't believe
Club.
he drafted.
Or not
Who?
the Gun Club, the Smoking Guns.
Smoking Guns was good. So let's talk about this. I was looking at my tag teams. A lot of them didn't take the head shrinkers. Go ahead.
What's it? That's that dude, the Lucha.
Ultimo Dragon. Ultimo Dragon.
No, not him. I can't. Let me go find him, bro. He was in New Japan.
Oh, so another person that if we kept going, another one that I like. I didn't like Paul Levesque, but I did like the Blue Blood. I did love Hunter Hearst Helmsley at that time. So that's another person that with Sable.
He wrestled with Regal.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, Terry Funk didn't go. Dreamer.
Sid. So yeah, so another. So let's look at the tag teams. You got Head Shrinkers, Power and Glory, Demolition, Nasty Boys, Power of Pain. Do you guys remember Power of Pain? That was Barbarian and Warlord. That was a really good group.
I like Barbarian.
Yeah, Power and Glory. You had Smoking Guns, like you said, the Rock and Roll Express. You had the Bushwhackers. Like I didn't like them, but these are tag teams out there, right? I don't know if you like them. IRS. If you had Ted DiBiase, you could have had Money Inc. But Terry Funk was still there. Sid Justice at the time. Diesel. Crush.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all like Crush, but you said it too. Another person that didn't get picked, Lex Luger. That was another one of the people that I had on my group. I like what people drafted though. I don't know about your Matt and Jeff Hardy though. They were those are jobbers.
That's what I said. Like, and I was completely upfront about when we first started. Like, I haven't watched a lot of stuff from this era.
Fair.
So like, so a lot of the stuff I'm just unfamiliar with, right? Like, I'm familiar with some of the names and like I understand who they are, but I don't know like who they are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they did in the ring. I don't know any of that stuff. Like I said, that Ultimo Dragon slipped from underneath me because I definitely should have took him, especially having Muda. I should have took Ultimo Dragon. Like there was a couple of guys like Lex, even though he wasn't the greatest in the ring, he was such a draw and he was in the ring. I should have took him too.
It wasn't Ultimo Dragon, bro. You were talking about you were talking about Yushin Tiger, whatever.
No, not Tiger. I wasn't talking about Tiger. I was talking about Ultimo Dragon.
Tiger Liger's good too.
That's what. No, Ultimo Dragon. I don't think Ultimo Dragon was a New Japan guy. Was he? Was he? I didn't. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I see the name. He was on my radar, but like I said, I'm so like all over the place trying to figure out who to take and when to take them that I kind of missed out on a couple guys. Because like you said, the Hardy Boys, you always take a tag team. I got caught up in the moment. I didn't really care for the Road Warriors. That's who I should have took instead of the Hardys. But like I said, being me, just knowing what they're capable of in the ring, that's I just started drafting off potential. Like I know you
I
can.
wish you would have. I wish you would have took the Road Warriors just so I could have took fucking the Smoking Guns.
You like Billy
I
and
just
Bart?
couldn't take the Smoking Guns.
All right, so
I couldn't leave the.
let's talk
Billy another one. Billy another one who slipped through the cracks because we know he talented in the ring. Like there's a lot of guys who were great in the ring that we kind of
one,
let
two,
slip.
three.
1, 2, 3 kid. I even said his
Yeah.
name because I thought he was
I was
taking
going
him.
to say that, yeah.
It's
And Jeff
another
Jarrett.
what?
Jeff
Jeff
Jarrett.
Jarrett.
That was
Yeah.
another one. He was on my
There's
list too.
a lot of folks who
Yeah,
we
he's
let
on mine.
slip, man. I'm not disappointed because I still got Benoit and Eddie, so I'm happy as hell. But I got some of these dudes that shouldn't have been drafted during this era.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Besides the current one, Eddie and freaking Benoit's been drafted in every single one. That's just crazy. So let's talk about our rosters. You know, we're at 35 minutes on this podcast. I got some time with y'all. I want to talk about what y'all felt about each pick that you went through. So Tim, the floor is yours to talk about your 15 picks, explaining besides the Hardy Boys you already explained, but everyone else why you picked them and so on and so forth. Because I'm kind of pissed off that I gave you Undertaker, but at the same time you stole Ricky the Dragon Steamboat from me.
Yeah. So once again, I've been saying it throughout this entire cast. This is not my era. Like I'm not real familiar with a lot of these guys. Obviously, I agreed Rick was supposed to be like that's number one. I was okay with it. Randy was a number one. I was okay with it. I actually thought Andre should be a number one too, which I don't think he went to the third round. But there's
Who drafted him? I missed him.
somebody drafted him. I remember they said his name. I think it was Zeus. No one drafted Andre. Wait a minute, did I draft
I don't
Andre?
think so.
No one drafted Andre.
Bro, see, this is what I mean. There's some dogs that got slipped through the cracks, bro. Like he was such a. We talking about business, bro. We run a promotion. To not have Andre in your promotion during this era is wild. Like you was getting money draws out the ass with this dude. Like motherfuckers love this man. Like there was two dudes. This is Andre made the Hawk. Like let's be honest, bro. Hogan was made by Andre. I don't give a fuck. Nobody try to tell me and try to go down some history lane. I don't care about none of that, bro. If Hogan never slammed the giant, bro, and he let him, if he wouldn't have let him, Hogan would have just been. He might have washed out. Randy might have been
See,
the guy.
and I absolutely agree with that. But the thing with me with Andre was
Now I hate Andre.
Andre was on his last leg during that body slam.
It doesn't matter.
And not only that, the thing
So,
about
over, right? You
and,
know the business.
but think about what you're saying too when I agreed with you. Hulk Hogan wasn't the first person to ever body slam Andre the Giant. You know what I mean? Big John Studd did, and he didn't get the push like Hogan. So, fuck Hogan. Stop talking about Hogan. But what I'm saying is, Andre the Giant at the time, at the draw, yes, business wise, you absolutely correct. But he was just a shell of himself at that time because his big runs were in the early 80s and the late 70s. That's the Andre I want. The one this motherfucker was drop kicking people at that time. But you are absolutely correct though when it comes to business. That man did elevate Hulk Hogan WrestleMania 3. We all know that. But I just couldn't pick him. Like I said, for something I want to watch at this time, I just couldn't pick him. But it could keep going.
And I took I'm honest with you, bro. I don't remember who I took after Randy. Who did I take? Because I'm
Ooh! Oh, Dusty.
I took oh you know I took God damn bro.
The American Dream.
Yes, I took Dusty and I took Razor.
Yes.
And like I said when I picked Razor, the debut of Razor was so cool. It almost reminds me of which this was my era, but when Carlito debuted, bro, they made that dude so damn cool. Like you were like, it didn't matter what Carlito was doing if he was being trash or not. Like you liked Carlito, and I
That's
picked him in my
funny.
draft.
That's funny that you say that because they both had the Cuban type of vignettes to start them off. Yeah, Caribbean vignettes.
Cool ass dude, just
That's
chilling.
crazy.
Like, you get in my face or you get smart, I'm gonna smack you in the face type stuff. Like he was just so cool, bro. So Razor was cool, and then the American Dream, bro. Come on, like
He was on my list. He was definitely on my list. He was definitely on my list.
and then I stole Ricky from you because I've heard a lot of amazing things about the dude. I've only seen a few minimal matches or whatever, but I just knew that dude was like that. So when I see him on the board, I knew one of you two were going to try to take him. Like I said, I'm trying to build the best promotion I can over here, so I had to. I got caught up in the motion with the Hardy Boys. I got caught up with just being lost in the sauce because you guys are making some solid picks back and back and back, and I got flustered. I just took two
Oh
dudes
wait,
who I knew
let's
were
go
some
back.
dogs.
Let's go back because you missed two picks. You had the Phenom and Big Boss Man.
Damn right I did. I forgot. They had a big feud too back then. That was nice. That was the first. Wasn't that the first? No, I wasn't the first buried alive match, was it? That was
No, no, no.
Yoko. That was Yoko and Undertaker.
The casket match in '95,
Yes.
which my cousin beat him in.
but yeah, Undertaker, bro. I mean, it speaks for itself.
Facts.
And when you messed around and dropped the ball with it because you were going to take him and then gave him to me, which I'm actually surprised Todd let me have him. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I didn't think he was going to make it back to
I'm a
what you
nice
said.
guy, bro.
What?
I'm a nice
I
guy
said I'm a
too.
nice guy, bro.
I gave him to you.
Yeah, and then the Big Boss Man, like you said when I picked him, that was his era for real. Like he had a little bit of push in the attitude era, but let's be honest, like the Big Boss Man and Sergeant Slaughter. I took Sergeant Slaughter 2 later down the list, but those two dudes, like gimmick wise, those were the gimmicks, and they killed them. Like they
Hell
worked it
yeah.
really well. They
Hell
worked it
yeah.
really well. Like I said, I got caught up. I took Eddie and Chris.
All right, so no. So let me save you real quick. So if you didn't take the Hardys right there, what and we all took who we took. Who is the tag team you would have taken now that you know that these other tag teams were taken?
Well, had he hadn't picked Animal yet, right?
Yeah.
At that
But
point.
what I'm saying is now you know everyone's picked. Just what from the leftovers, what would you take right now?
I probably wouldn't have took a tag team to be honest. Like I said, y'all kind of got me flustered, got me bullied into taking a tag team. I just took a tag team I liked. I probably honestly would have went with Lex, and I don't know who else I would have took, but I'll try to think of who else was out there. We talked probably Ultimo
Warrior.
Dragon. I probably took Ultimo Dragon if I was thinking about it for real.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yes, I got a little. There's a lot of moments in this draft. I'll be honest. I told y'all when we started, like, I'm gonna be trash at this one because it's not my era. I'm a little flustered when y'all making solid picks. Like, cause there's some dude like Rick Rude. I wanted Rick Rude. I remembered I wanted him. Not until you said his name though. I'm like, oh damn, like I wanted that man. What am I doing? So like, there's a couple moments where I got flustered and I just started like looking down random lists and I would see a name that looked familiar. And I'm like, screw it, I'm taking him at this point. And that's kind of where I got caught up towards the mid. Like I said, after round 5, I was gonna start getting flustered, start taking folks. I forgot about Booker T during this time. Done lost my man there. I took him in every single draft I could, except for this
Yeah.
one because I got flustered. So there's a lot of moments, but ultimately though, I'm not mad because I know the capabilities of the Hardys. I know the capability
Yeah.
of Chris and Eddie. Like I still think our promotion during this era is solid. Like I got a lot of good talent.
Absolutely. So while I'm looking at it before I swing it to Todd, you got your top dogs. You have the ultimate villain in Flair, and you have your ultimate babyface in Macho Man to start off for your heavyweight titles, bro. Then you have listen, you gotta understand that we all know the potential that Benoit and Guerrero had, but you have them down here at the undercard. That is something
Yeah.
you're not taking a piss at. Because you're gonna watch that match. You're gonna watch it. Then you have again, you hit it on the head. This era was ultimate gimmicks. You had the ultimate Sergeant Slaughter, yeah, and Boss Man. When I watched them, I'm like, damn, this is a real Marine. This is a real fucking
Hey,
pop
they beat a
shit. Like
motherfucker down too, bro. They
right.
beat
So
motherfuckers down.
and the favorite part of Big Boss Man at that time, after he beats him, he handcuffs you on the rope and shit. And then watching Undertaker's debut, bro. As a kid, I was scared as shit. Like, bro, I met the Undertaker in the backstage at this time, where it was funny because kayfabe and everything, and Paul Bear was wearing a fucking Samoan Aloha shirt, and I'm like, what the fuck? So it was funny because now hindsight 2020, like as a kid I didn't get it, but at the time it was funny because I start remembering like they start getting back into character because they saw kids saying, and we took pictures and all that, but like your group again, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat out of this whole list is the guy that I loved at the time. You want to talk about someone that was a worker, man? He stole WrestleManias from a lot of groups, and you to take him. I literally told y'all there was one person that I thought was gonna fall because I didn't think y'all liked him or knew who he was. I thought I was gonna take him last, but in my original mock, he was my third pick overall. He was my third
You know
pick.
who else? You was talking about like legends during the time, and I just slipped my mind. You know who didn't get drafted? Who was also a legend? Roman chasing him right now. Bruno. Bruno
Yeah,
ain't get
Bruno
drafted.
Sammartino. Don't tell Todd that right now. Don't tell Todd right. Don't tell
You
Todd
don't
that
like
shit
him?
right now.
You don't like him?
All right, so we're gonna go to
I,
Todd.
I
Todd, I'm
know.
looking at you. Todd, I'm looking at your list right now. You have a very good list as well. Um, like Todd said in every other draft, like there's no bad rosters. You're gonna win regardless, unless you fucking fuck up and pick Funaki or something. But go
Don't
ahead
pick
and
Drew Gulag and you're good.
yeah, Gulag. Go ahead and explain uh your roster.
So there ain't no way I can do these in order because I didn't write them down in order this time. So you have to
Well,
tell me. I know I picked Steve
you want me
first.
you want me to say it?
Before you start, Todd. Before you start,
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel sorry for you on this one, dog. You got a 3 people draft is the worst. Like we done had some drafts and like man, the people in the middle are getting dogged on. But Todd, you got walked on today, dog. Like
Hey,
you held your
I
own. Don't
like
get me
my
wrong.
roster.
You held your own. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like you had it bad. You had 4 picks where you got the pick again. Like you had 4 picks to your one every single time. Like that's tough to deal with, bro. Like hey, I wouldn't have been able to pick in the middle. I'd have been done after three
All right.
picks. Like y'all got it. Like
So Todd, I'll say the name so that I have it in order. So I'll say the name and then you can explain it if that's good with you. Your first
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
was the face of the franchise of WCW, the Stinger himself.
So I took Sting for obvious reasons. One, Ric Flair was gone. And two, I thought he was the second best person on the roster. I know everybody likes Macho Man. I like Sting better. I like his submission game mixed with power. I like his gimmicks that he was able to do, especially I know he wasn't at this time, he didn't turn into the Crow, but once he turned into the Crow, it was game over.
Game over. So the next
You
one
know,
was go ahead.
the only thing that hurt him a little bit, and it didn't hurt him to me because I watched TNA when he was there. But if he would have went to WWE, I don't know if they would have played him right because
No.
they don't let people. They don't let people just wreck people a lot of times. It seems like they do with Roman Reigns, but who else in the last 10 years they just let wreck everyone other than John Cena?
You know what they would have done? Who was Sting's tag team back then?
Which time? Because he switched a lot,
Ultimate Warrior.
right? But he teamed with Flair a couple times, dude. That when they turned on him, that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, the Horsemen. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if he would have jumped to the WWF, I think they would have made him a tag team with Ultimate Warrior. I think. I don't think. Of course,
That would have
politically,
stunk
we
his
all
show.
knew Hogan was gonna cap everybody from trying to. You know what I'm saying? Try to be great. That's why
Yeah.
Macho Man. That's why Macho Man is so high on my list. That I know that he was way better than fucking Hogan at that time. That was the best WWF wrestler at the time. So we're gonna go to your next one, who I think I was gonna pick, but I had to take the two that I took. The best, one of the best mic skills, first shows, coconut to Snooker's head. You took Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Oh, I mean, I won't hold him being Canadian against him. You know, he acted like a Scotsman. I'll take it. But Piper was great on the
Oh
mic. He was
yeah.
good in the ring.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't afraid to pull Ric Flair and grab and twist whatever he had to grab and twist to win. I like villains. If you haven't noticed by these drafts, I love villains of wrestling. I'm not a big face guy.
Shout out to Mario.
They
He's the
tend to
same
annoy
way.
me more than anything.
So the next one I think was he went. So honestly, I didn't put him on my list, and it's very disrespectful to him. But he's one of the best ever to ever gone a rogue. Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Actually, I don't know a lot about him. I looked up a little bit. I've seen a couple matches, but I remember using him back in the old WWE games, and I liked his skill set. His moveset's it's kind of similar to Ric Flair's. It was power, but then he had a
Yes,
lot of good submissions too,
that
and I
was
like
his.
that.
That was his mentor type of person. If you think about it, look at what he wore. He wore boots with his initials. Who does that? Ric Flair. He wore a robe. He had
Right.
blonde hair at the time. He had a strut. He
Now,
tried to be Ric Flair.
So, but see, there's things about that too. 'Cause there's a lot of reports that Rick stole his gimmick off of somebody else too.
Yeah,
So
no, that's not a
Oh
report. He
no,
admitted
no,
to it.
yeah. Rick stole it from not Valentine. He stole it from someone else. Way
I can't
back
remember the
before that.
name.
Yeah, I'll remember. It'll hit me like during this time. But at the time, Greg was like up there with Rick as far as what he was trying to do. He was a good work. He was a good work. The next one that you took was the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
I think I just got on a trend at this point. I got the guys all the same kind of body type, so I felt like we could have pretty good matches, and they're all guys that start out with power and then have good submission finishers.
All right.
I think with him it was just he had a good gimmick, he was good on the mic, and he kind of just fit in with what I had.
He could do so much, man. Go ahead, Vogt.
it's funny that we keep going down this and more people pop up. No one drafted Bob Orton. Like,
Yeah,
I saw him
Cowboy.
on there.
I mean, he was all right. I mean,
Cowboy Bob
There
Orton.
was a
You're
lot
right.
of good
See,
people
and
there.
this is why I'm doing this discussion because while we're talking about rosters, things like Tim is doing right now, we forgot about this. That's what I want to see. So Ted DiBiase at the time, you took one of the best gimmicks at the time too. But at the same time, think about it. How many times did because Tim, I think, or one of y'all two shared the time. If you could dribble the ball 10 times, you could get something. I forgot what it was, and he kicked the ball or something. Bro, that was one of the best feelings at the time. Go ahead, Tim. You said something,
that was Todd that shared that video in the chat.
asshole.
Yeah.
But you think about it. Like you said, great on the mic, really good skills in ring. But was also he could also be a manager if he was injured. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things you could do with Ted DiBiase at that time. The next person you took, very well respected, was part of the Four Horsemen, Double A. You took Arn Anderson at this time.
Honestly, I think he was just hugely underrated. He had a
Yeah,
good move set. He could get real physical with people. His feud with Flair after they broke up, their fake feud before he turned on Sting was beautiful.
that was in WCW.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't
Yeah,
know they feuded.
it's in the it's like episode 3 or something like that of the first season. Like Flair got busted open by Arn and everything, and then they turned on Sting and just beat the shit out of him.
Ooh, I can't
Arn
wait
and
to
Flying
watch
Brian.
that. I can't wait to watch that. That's what's up.
I always loved Arn, and he can definitely be a manager once he's done.
All right, so your next two picks, because it was a tag team, you took my favorite tag team at this era, the most youthful time. So the time you took him before, I didn't like it, but you took the Steiner brothers at this time. You're talking about the amateur wrestlers coming in with their most athletic ability at the time. The Frankensteiner, and all that. You're taking the best. To me, you're taking the best Steiner brother that they ever had put in their whole eras.
Yeah, and if you look at him, what's the body type? Very similar to everyone else I've taken so far.
Exactly.
So I got a bunch of guys on the verge of being heavyweights or just at heavyweight. I don't got nobody too big, nobody too little right now. I actually, yeah, Scott went over big, but like in ring, I thought they were both great. Both of them were great. Scott was just better on the mic. So that's why they paired so well together. One could talk and they could both just get down in the ring. So
I mean, one could get with the crowd when they do the. They could do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
I see his son doing it now.
His
yeah,
son's still doing it. Yeah. His son's still
oh
doing it.
man, and he's wearing their trunks too.
His son's
That's
better
pretty
and
dope.
better, too.
Hey, that's another discussion I want to talk to you about
Like,
his son.
like,
I like him too. I like him too. So
And-
this next group that Vogt might not know, but you took the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich, and you took his brother Kevin Von Erich. You took the Von Erichs.
Dude, the Von Erichs are one of the more famous wrestling families too. Not right up there with the Harts, but they got to be number 2 or number 3, right?
And
No,
a lot of
not the
people.
bloodline.
They won. They
Cut
won.
out.
He said, "You forgot the bloodline."
Oh fuck! I was talking old school.
Yeah. So before you speak about it, the Von Erichs.
Hold on, Ooze. This is myself talking old school. Do you not know where the bloodline begins? You better stop playing, bro. You better
They
stop
weren't.
it.
They weren't as big then, though.
You weren't what, motherfucker? They was back then. You better quit playing.
So I'll tell you what Todd's about to bring up. The Von Erichs is where Steve Austin started. You know what I mean? Like that family in Texas, like they brought up a lot of great wrestlers at that time. And I only know this group because of the Texas Tornado in the 90s. The Texas Tornado was Kerry Von Erich at the time. So go ahead and discuss this, Todd.
So, and honestly, I don't. Other than their bad haircuts, I don't know too much about Kevin. I've
Yeah,
watched him wrestle. And the other thing that bugs me is Tim knows this. I hate it when these motherfuckers don't wear boots. I don't know why, but it drives me nuts. First, you touch me with your feet, we're fighting for real, because that's gross. But Kerry's got a movie coming out about him soon. I guess Zac Efron or something like that's been on some. It looks like he's been on some roids, but
Oh, that's the
he
movie.
big as shit.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I'm watching that. I told you I wasn't gonna watch it during the cast, like during the picks. I'm definitely watching that movie. That shit look crazy. I'm watching it.
I don't
Yeah, it
even know what
looks good.
y'all talking about. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Hey, that boy Zach,
IMDb.
that boy Zach got swole.
Big.
Swole, bro.
Big boy.
On some
The
other
roids
stuff.
definitely help. He admitted
All
to
right.
doing some extra stuff.
We'll talk about
All
that
right.
on the other side. Go ahead. Oh, all right. So the next one is you take them every draft. Doesn't matter what era we're in. Lord Steven
Lord?
Regal, the Lord.
Dude, I think he's underrated. I know you guys don't seem to like him. I know Tim don't.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Dude, he's so
I
good,
just
man.
just
He's a great
He rated
He's a
right where
great
he's
heel.
supposed to be, bro. He rated right where he's supposed to be. Mid Carter. And he a weak one at that, dog.
That's-
Like nobody want to see this
No.
motherfucker
No.
pull up his trunks and pull out the knuckles, bro. No one want to see it, dog. No, like I
Bro,
don't
he
wanna
was
see
good when he wasn't doing that.
I don't care, bro. No one
And you
likes
always talk
Regal.
about so good for the business. That dude is great for the business.
Hey, absolutely. I'm not taking away from that. I'm not taking away from his legacy either. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to actually watching, bro, hey, where's Aaron at? I wish Aaron was in the match because that's the piss match, bro. Anytime Regal come on the screen, I went to the bathroom. Like, I don't want to see this motherfucker come out here, man. Like, he's so boring. Like, it's not his fault. Like, that's his brand of wrestling. It's not entertaining to me. I just don't enjoy it. Like, I
That's
don't.
British strong style, baby.
I don't care what it is, dog. It's trash.
all right. So we're
You don't like Pete Dunne either, do you?
No, that's a different, bro. That's a different.
I
That's
love
different.
Pete Dunne, but we're
I do
going
too.
we're going to the next two. Well, not the next two, the next four because you chose two tag teams. You took Harlem Heat and you took the Legion of Doom or the Road Warriors. So, I mean, I don't know what you want to talk about, but go ahead.
The Harlem Heat, I liked them as a tag team. I thought Booker T carried Stevie Ray. I didn't think he was
Facts.
that good. He was kind of
Facts.
clunky. But Booker T smooth. He good on the mic. You could split him up later and have him beat the shit out of Stevie Ray if I wanted to. And then the Road Warriors I took out of respect. They got to be one of the top. I don't really like them either watching them, but they're one of the top tag teams all time, right? I mean, we can't really dispute it.
It's really like that. Like when it comes to
You can dispute it though. It's just people get mad when you do. Like
it,
they
it's
try to
not.
discredit anything you say. They try to discredit anything, but you really can dispute it. There's 5 tag teams in my mind right now that's kind of in the modern era that are better than them.
Stop.
Bro,
Stop.
chill.
There's only one. There's only one. There's only one. There's only one tag team better.
First of all, the Usos are better than them. I'll say that right now. The Usos are better than them.
No. We're not talking about skill wise. I'm talking about just the whole career. Let's look at the whole career. Let's look at the whole career. There's the Dudley Boys. That's it.
We're talking about top 5 tag teams all the time. I'm taking the Usos over the Road Warriors. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Usos got the New Japan Pro Wrestling tags, the WCW tags, the ECW tag.
Well, then I'll take the FTR.
That don't matter to me, bro.
Right. Well, yeah, it don't matter to you. But what I'm saying is when you look at the careers and the resumes, bro, you gotta add those up, bro. You gotta add those accomplishments up.
Is
They
Chris and
dominated
Eddie
everywhere.
Is Chris and Eddie in your top 10?
No.
Because Chris only got 1 title reign, right? What do you mean no? Bro, stop playing with me, Oos.
No. Top 10 all time or top 10 favorites. There's difference.
So,
I didn't even hear.
if Chris and Eddie in your
Who
top
did
10
you
all
say?
time, you smoking dope, bro. Like you out here.
Christian and Edge.
No, but when you look at all time and favorites is different. You have to
Christian
think
Edge
that.
not better than the Road Warriors, no.
Bro, but when you talk all time, you have to accumulate a lot of the stuff they did during their time. Like
Well, I get that, but
that's the only but that's my way. That's my way of grading. That's my way of grading.
I understand, but when you talk all time, I don't think the Road Warriors are better than the Usos, bro. I just don't.
As far as
Usos,
what?
I think the Usos are better on the mic. I think they're better in the ring. Like, and
it's not their
that's
fault
what
they didn't
matters.
travel.
I don't care about the championships you win because a lot of that has to do with what the fan base is getting behind at the time. Doesn't make you better, bro.
Okay, my question. I have a question though.
Like for real. Tell me, you think the Road Warriors for real life are better than Booker T ever was? Like, no. But during that time, motherfuckers weren't fucking with Booker like that. Stop it, man.
Tim. Has the Usos ever main evented and sold out more than 70,000 people?
I don't care.
But that's where I'm going with these greatness. It's like these guys. But that's where I'm going with the grades. Skill wise. No. Skill wise, you absolutely right. I'm taking the Usos over LOD. But when I grade them as all time, like the title all time, bro, you gotta look at the whole scope, bro. Like you have to look at it.
I think the Hardy Boys are better than them. Like I don't like the motherfuckers, but FTR better than them. Like, there's a lot of teams, bro, that are better than these folks. Like, we gotta stop it.
In ring.
They got all the damn titles. I get it. I don't give a fuck though, bro. These boys really not like that. Like, let's be honest.
Right. So,
like, think about it, bro. Could they have lasted in the Attitude Era?
They were in the Attitude Era.
No.
They were both locked up in there.
They were in the Attitude Era.
Right off their 80s success that motherfuckers loved because the Attitude Era still had them old time fans. They love to see their old teams. That's why when that bitch ass motherfucker, excuse my language because I'm ruining the podcast right now.
No, it's good. No, we have this discussion.
Back in 2005, that's why everybody got wild and all crazy. He was fucking trash, bro.
Tim,
no business.
I didn't hear you say.
Tim,
bro.
I don't know what he said either. I don't speak Spanish, but what I'm saying is this. What? No. But you have a whole different grading system than I do. That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't give a fuck about that popularity contest, bro.
It's not about popularity. It's also about accomplishments.
Titles are all about popularity. I put my titles on the best popular person, bro.
Popularity.
Yes. Whoever got the most.
Hey, somebody go get Tia. This man needs a hug.
That's how it works.
Yes. So who was the most popular at the time?
But I understand at the time. I'm talking about all time, bro.
Yeah, but who? No. So let's talk about this because what did I say in the beginning of this draft? That this era had the most tag teams ever.
I understand.
And who was number one in that?
I don't care. You talking about the Bushwhackers, bro? No, they trash, dog. Like.
What about them? What about Demolition? You chose Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy over Demolition.
Yeah, I did, motherfucker, because they better than them.
16-year-old.
Maybe not at that time, but they're better than them overall. Like, come
on. Hindsight 2020.
You know what's stupid? When the Bushwhackers were doing their gimmick, they weren't that bad in the ring.
Was a top 5 tag team all time? I don't think they are. I'm not trying to disrespect them. I'm just saying I don't think.
Legion of Doom is not top 5 to you, is what you said.
Of all time, no.
Wow.
I think we got to do a top 10 tag team all time podcast next.
We have to.
We already did.
No.
Todd wasn't here, but we did do one.
We're gonna do it.
Hey, tag team wrestling's my favorite, so I got.
We're gonna do a tag team draft. That's what we're gonna do.
Only tag team.
Only tag team draft next. All right, so it's my turn. We got really.
It doesn't even matter, bro. Because outside of Dudley's, I don't give a fuck what team you take. That's the best promotion. Like, if you got the Dudley Bros, you got the best promotion. Like,
so why you put the Dudley? So who's your number one tag?
Dudley's. It's easy, bro.
Why? Why?
What do you mean why, motherfucker? Like, come on, the skill, hold on, time out. This is a whole different. You trying to talk about their accomplishments, even in skill on the mic, the storytelling, bro. Everything about the Dudley Boys is phenomenal.
That was
Like
all Bubba.
Bubba Ray almost has a Hall of Fame career by his damn self. Like, and then you put him with Devon, like they were, bro. Nothing gets more legendary than smacking a motherfucker on the chest, talking about get the tables. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. And guess what?
They used to beat the shit out their little brother, bro. They used to beat the hell out of Spike.
So
16 tables to land on a motherfucker, bro. Like, come on, man.
so before I go on my roster, I just want to know your grading scale on what makes you all time great. What's your grading scale?
I care about emotional attachment. I care about promotion skill. Like,
You weren't born when the LOD was emotionally detached by everybody. 100,000 people in Detroit at the Pontiac Dome.
I'm disrespectful as hell, bro. I don't care about the old generation, motherfucker. Their favorite wrestler was Hogan, bro. Come on, you can't convince me that they got good taste. Their favorite wrestler was Hogan.
Hey, Tim's one of those guys. If his grandpa come up to him and said that his generation's too
Give me my cane.
Like, no, Grandpa, you are. Turns off his ventilator.
You know what? Hold on, time out. You know how you mentioned my grandpa told me to stay from the military. You know what I did? I joined the army. Like, come on, bro. You can't tell me nothing, dog. Like, these motherfuckers love Hogan. That boy was a dog, goddamn trash can. Like, literally, trash can could fight better than Hogan. And they still loved him. So you're not going to convince me because these motherfuckers are popular during that time that they're the greatest tag team. I don't give a fuck, bro. They're not.
The trash cans were even greater when Bully Ray was swinging them.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me get off this freaking. This is another debate, bro. This is another debate. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna talk about my roster, and we're gonna cut it off. My first two picks, as I went back to back, I went with workers. Of course, if you look at the WWF at that time, you had those stupid big men at the time doing their little muscular shit. But the people that I took was Bret the Hitman Hart and Mr. Perfect. You're talking about two people that shouldn't even be in that era. They were way beyond their time at that time. And
had some killer steals in this draft, bro.
Yes.
There's a couple of people I wanted. I didn't think you were gonna draft that.
Well, this is my draft. I told you this is my era. I went against y'all and y'all ruthless aggression when I was a teenager trying to talk to girls and never watch wrestling at the time, and I still went through y'all draft. 1988, July 30th, my boy.
I was born in 89.
Well, what I'm saying, I'm talking about this young stud over here. Little big young stud. All right, so I went with them. And then my next two picks is, again, I went back to back. I went with the turn of what I think Street Profits should do. Montez Ford needs to be his own thing. He needs to be a villain soon. And I went with HBK at this time, separating from the Rockers. And then I went with my cousin Yokozuna, Prime, Explainable. He did all his great times at that time. I took Rock and Owen Hart, Coco Beware's tag team partner. I took him on the face value of knowing that Bret Hart was going to be there, Yokozuna, knowing what he could do with Davey Boy Smith down the line. Bam Bam Bigelow, one of the best big men through that time. You're talking about all of Japan. They know who he is. NWA, WCW, ECW, WWF. That man was the man when it comes to big men. The Dynamite Kid.
He was the first dude ever like. Boy had a head tap, bro.
Scary. Scary. So scary to see that. Then you talk about tag teams. He took the Steiner brothers at the time. That was my next pick. So I said, you know what? There was only two tags I was going to take was the Steiner brothers and the British Bulldog. So I took Dynamite Kid and I took Davey Boy Smith. Two great workers at the time. Really good at what they did in ring wise. So entertaining. And I took another tag team group. I took a group that Todd liked. I took Brian Pillman and Steve Austin, the Hollywood Blondes, before his hair receded. And I took that group. And after that, I took these two because I knew they were really good against each other. Right? Jake the Snake Roberts, Ravishing Rick Rude. Really good works, but really good characters as well. The ladies loved Rick Rude at that time. Everyone was scared of the snake. It was just during that time you just had to take them. I'm surprised that he stood this far. I really thought that one of y'all would have took him. Big Van Vader. I don't know why. I need to understand why y'all didn't pick him. Why didn't y'all pick Vader?
Good guys.
I just didn't think about him, bro. I told you. I got flustered as hell in this draft,
So
bro.
so imagine this. Imagine Bam Bam Bigelow versus Vader, bro. You're talking about big men that can moonsault off the top rope. It's
I want to
crazy.
see. I want to see HBK versus Vader, bro. Like you
Oh,
got
we saw that
HBK.
before. We saw that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see it. Like HBK, hands down, some of his best matches are with Giants and like other people that are like his exact style. He's not like people like to see, like, oh, I want to see Brett, and don't get me wrong, Brett and Sean's feuds were some great matches, but it's not like Sean's best matches were against big men, like just all
Yes,
out,
absolutely,
like
absolutely.
wild.
So to finish off my group, I went with undercards. At this time, they may be undercards now, but in the future, in the other eras, they were actually stars. Uh, the man with 1,000 holds, I went with Dean Malenko, and then I went with the 5-star Frog Splash RVD in Japan at the time. Young kid, he was just like, think about it, he was like Riddle at this time, minus the drugs or plus his drugs. We don't know, but
Softer drugs, probably softer drugs.
this was fun. I just want to talk about this next before I close this up. I just want to know where we go from here. Where do we go from here as far as drafts? Aaron, you need to get off the road. Being in Australia is really pissing me off because I need your opinion. But from what I have here, where should we go next with our drafts? We talked about all times brands. Where should we go? Where should we go?
I think we're at that point where we gotta start going all time. I don't know what
If you're doing an all-time brand, you start with the biggest one. You start with WWE.
Yeah,
Not my
And
favorite one necessarily, but
see, I'm gonna be honest with y'all because I think once you start getting in those New Japan and TNAs, you're gonna start losing some folks. Like I think Mario's like me. I don't think Mario really watches the promotions.
yeah,
So
we don't really have to do Japan, I don't think.
I'm just meaning in general. Like TNA is gonna be tough for me and Mario. Mario didn't even know some of the TNA guys we were taking, and they were studs at the time. So it's like I think we're gonna get in complications when we start breaking it up by brand. Because I mean,
Or the good thing is if you guys actually go check them out, you might gain an appreciation for it.
we grown ass men, bro. We don't have all day to be sitting and watching these old ass videos, bro.
Take the time off, Grandpa.
well, so I really wanted this all time fucking tag team draft. That's what I want. That's really what I want.
Only one
We need to
team
do some tough
matters, bro. I told you. Only one team matters. And if you don't get that team, you're mad as hell for the rest of the draft. So it doesn't even matter.
There's a lot of good tag teams overall. You're right. There's a lot of
Don't
tag
get me
teams.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. There actually is. But it doesn't matter. If you got the Dudley Boys in promotion, it's over, bro. Like they can literally work with anybody. Literally work with anybody.
Best tag team match all time was that TLC match, that 3-way TLC match.
SummerSlam, wasn't it? SummerSlam?
I think so.
And the damn Dudleys was in it. That's all I'm saying. Like it doesn't matter. If you don't have the Dudleys, bro, your promotion's over. Like
Did you not see the LOD Japan fucking death matches? Bombs and all. But listen, like, comment, and subscribe to the Sotaflex podcast, to the Figure Four show, to everything that we do. This is the wrestling part of it. But hey, listen, this was fun. Boys, I'll talk to y'all later. I have to get this edited so I can put it on so everyone can cuss out Tim for freaking butchering the damn LOD. Hey, love y'all, boys.